Fun with Chords, a simple way to learn and play piano for fun. I want to share with you today about something called the sustain pedal. What is a sustain pedal and how does it work? And what's the difference maybe on a piano versus a keyboard? So let's get started. Here we have several different styles of sustain pedals, and depending on your instrument, if you have a piano, then you're going to probably have 3 pedals. And we're only going to focus on the pedal that is on the far right. That is the sustain pedal. And on keyboards, you could have a variety of things because you plug them in. Normally, you plug them into the back of the keyboard. And so here we show several different kinds that you can plug in. And a lot of people have a little square looking one, or there's that longer one with the metal pedal maybe, or a combination of those. Those are called sustain pedals. So how does it work and what do you do with it? Let's look at that now. Here we are at the keyboard, and for the sake of the keyboard, well, I'm not showing you my foot with the pedal, but if you look, you'll see a little green light. Whenever I press down on the sustain pedal with my foot, you should see a green light that goes off, that blinks. And whenever the green light's on, that means that my foot is on the pedal and I have it pressed down. When I let off of the pedal, green light goes away. Sustain pedal off, sustain pedal on. So what does it do? Well, actually the name tells you everything. It sustains a sound. So without the sustain pedal on, if I press my key on the keyboard and I let it go, the sound is there and then the sound is off. So if I want the sound to last longer, I press down on the sustain pedal. You should see the green light. And then I press the note and watch what happens. The sound lasts longer and it kind of fades away. Now, with a keyboard, you have different sound effects you can use and everything, so it might act differently with different sounds. We're just going to focus on the piano sound for now. So why would you want to use this? Well, there's different reasons you might want to use this, and one of them is you might be playing a song and you want to build the sounds on each other. And I'll give you an example. I'm going to play a chord. Now, if I did that without the sustain pedal, it would sound like that. But if I want the sound to build on each other, and I have the sustain pedal on, and so as long as I have it on, the sounds all keep building. But when I'm playing a song, normally I'm changing different things about how it sounds, and I might even be changing the chord. So just for an example, right? So now if I keep the sustain pedal on, I can take my time to change from one chord to the next, which can be helpful if I'm just trying to learn a progression or something like that. And then get my hand ready for the next chord. Now, if I just keep the pedal down, watch what happens. Things kind of get mudded together, right? Because sometimes the sounds, they don't harmonize with each other. So what you do is just before you press down on the second, whenever you're going to change it. So there's a chord. Just before I press down on the next chord, I take my foot off the sustain pedal, then I put it back on, and I switch chords. So I get a cleaner sound from one chord to the next chord. So let's do that a little faster. Did you see how fast that was? It takes practice, but you get used to it and you don't even think about it after a while. So then you can just kind of just switch back and forth. Now, you can use this for all kinds of reasons, but I'll give you an example of a difference of playing a song without it and then playing a song with it. And so you might be familiar with House of the Rising Sun, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of these chords real quick. Now let's try that with the sustain pedal. With the sustain pedal, you can build that growing sound. Another thing that you can do, it's not really cheating, but it's good to know, like if I press the wrong note, I can cancel it out by lifting up off of the pedal. So if I'm trying to play something, I'm going from here, and I want to go here, but I do something different on accident. So maybe I want to go from here to here, but I don't get my fingers in the right place at the right time. I don't do it fast enough, and I get it mixed up somehow. Whatever it is that I do, well, if I just take my foot off the pedal and push it down again, it stops the sound that's playing. And I can quickly just go here and have the pedal on. So I can kind of cover up my mistakes even. It can be useful to learn how to use a sustain pedal. Let me know what you think about the sustain pedal. Do you have questions about it, or maybe some examples that you'd like to see demonstrated with it? Let me know in the comments and I'll respond to you. Check out funwithchords.com if you want to learn how to play the piano for fun, for yourself. You don't have to learn how to read music. And you don't have to learn a bunch of music theory.